What is up, y'all? It is Grant with another episode of the Groovy Files with a little twist today. And today I got my main man Jay with me.
What up?
And today we'll be talking about the state of the Denver Nuggets with Mike Malone being fired. So first off, nigga, I was driving when this shit happened. I was like, there is no way that shit is real. But then I already witnessed Taylor Jenkins get fired, and I witnessed the Lakers get Luka. So I was like, man, the shit probably real. But my question is like, this very well seems like a firing that's like, well, now we kind of know a little bit of details, but and I still really don't like the move. Uh, this just seems like we didn't want to improve our roster, so the coach is mad. Y'all are mad at the coach for either saying we need more shit or something like that.
Okay, this is odd to me because they fired the GM too. So it's just this has to be unprecedented. Like, there's no way that we've seen previously a top four seed clean house in the front office with a week left in the regular season.
That's like I don't know if that's like a tactic. Like we finna start seeing more when it's like, okay, we gotta cap a lid on this like immediately. Like, nigga, y'all got the playoffs. Y'all still have Nikola Jokic. So I can't say y'all like are early out yet, even though I think there'll be like a second round or like Western Conference Finals like out. But like I don't
Matchup dependent, they could be a first round out, honestly. But
with the
and,
way the
and which is
Clippers
which
with the
is which is
Clippers.
which is crazy to think of when you remember that they got Nikola Jokic on that team. Like, you have the best player in the NBA.
I would even argue that side note, I would argue that any West series this year is like any first first round series gonna be a must watch this year. I'm watching everybody. I don't there are very few teams that I think are like safe, but
Yeah,
the
anybody can get got over there because there's it's so balanced in terms of talent over there.
but my big thing is like the GMs, like the front office like came out and said like we don't want to move Michael Porter Jr. for some reason because like he got like deep Missouri ties and like they got deep
Oh yeah,
Missouri ties.
that was ownership. They're saying that that's what ownership is saying, that they don't want to move him.
And
Which
have good luck with that.
I'll put it like this: the worst thing that can happen for an ownership group is to get too attached to complementary pieces.
Yes, I'm very big on that, and I feel like MPJ, the type of player he is, he works well when he obviously works well in back like 2 seasons ago. Like when a West doesn't have this many scoring options or like great defenses, that's different. But it's very evident that after last season, nobody beside Jokic should be off the table. And y'all kind of like, yeah, we don't really agree. Like, cause I looked through their trade transaction history. I don't think them niggas have made a trade in like 3 seasons.
Uh,
Or like a really big one in like 3 seasons at least. But I
yeah,
definitely don't
that's
think they
probably
have made a
true.
trade in a while.
So this is another thing, and this could be part of why the GM was moved. Um, Denver took a pretty big chance on MPJ in the draft because I don't know if you remember coming into that 2018 draft or coming into that college season, MPJ was supposed to be the best player in the
Top
country.
five.
Yeah, like coming out of high school, he was like the number one recruit level player, and he got to Missouri, and he had that back injury, and he was poised to slip out of the lottery at that point. And given the health concerns, the Nuggets took a big swing on him by taking him at 14. Now at 14, it's less of a risk because it's you know the draft is a crapshoot anyway, but especially when you're in the late lottery, out of the top five range, you kind of just taking a swing to see what you can get. So they took a pretty big swing on MPJ, and it worked out for them. They won a championship. So in terms of return on investment, what more could you have asked for? You
This
got a
this
piece. You
another
got a piece to make your team. Your team won a title.
that's another thing I kind of think about. Like, if you're Denver, you've already won a chip. Why are you so attached to these players? Especially players. It's not that they're attached to players, it's that they're attached to players outside of Jokic that have kind of clearly met their like ceiling, at least to me. Like, I don't think I'm not expecting more amount of Jamal Murray or Aaron Gordon or MPJ. Like, y'all do what y'all do. And then I will say, like Braun, like Christian Braun, he's had a very like big leap that he took, and I think that's good. But they have like they don't really have any lineup variants to me. Like any lineup that Jokic ain't on the floor is like food, like on both ends to me. Especially in the playoff setting. I do like how I don't like scapegoating Russ because y'all kind of knew what comes with that. But also he's been good this season with like compared to Jokic and like the way he's been cutting and everything like that. Um and then the young guys, y'all are a contended team. They're drafting these young guys. People are expecting y'all to play, and it's kind of like it don't really work like that. The coach trying to win games. So I do think those guys will be good. I just don't think they'll be good in Denver because, yeah,
I don't disagree with that. I think they're in an interesting spot because you were really like because you lost KCP, you lost Bruce Brown, you didn't really replace those players. Like you're looking to you're banking on internal growth to supplement what those players lost. I mean, what you lost when those players left. So you needed a leap from Christian Brown, which you got, but the guys like Peyton Watson, Julian Strother, like whatever it was, I don't know these guys. I don't know how they went for them throughout the course of the season. But for whatever reason, Michael Malone was not comfortable playing them.
I feel
Now,
like
so
we,
I mean, I understand if you're the front office, you like, look, you got to play my guys. But if you're the coach, you're like, it's hard to play that balance when you're going out there trying to win every game. It's difficult to toe that line as a coach and as an organization.
like when you have Jokic, you like this level of Jokic, you in competing mode. Like there's no talks around that. So I feel like going into the um, I feel like going into the off season, you gotta say because I don't have them come out the West. Uh, going into the off season, now that you fired the GM and you fired the coach, I really wonder who the replacement coach is gonna be. Number one, but that will reveal itself in time. But
Interestingly enough, I don't know if you saw the same report that I saw, but They wanted Chauncey Billups.
Breaking
So,
news: Nikola Jokic has been traded to a place that a place that ain't Denver. Gee,
Nikola Jokic has requested a trade. Oh
that's a
man.
let me tell you something, bro. That is an all-time bad decision right there. Let me tell you something. But
We will see. We will see.
but my thing is, man, like at some point, like obviously, like a risk replacement is coming for somebody that can shoot. Uh, but also a lot of tough questions have to be asked about Aaron Gordon, MPJ, and Jamal Murray, and what combination of those three will you give up, and or will you give all three of them up
okay,
to
so
get somebody? Because you have four picks you can spare to go secure your future for like
mm,
to pair somebody with Jokic. So the
I
question
wonder
is,
I wonder if like when it comes to the MPJ thing or any of them really, I do think that the team just looks better when Jamal Murray is out there, and they kind of like a lot of you mentioned those lineups were drawing dead without Jokic, which is mostly still the case. But the the pressure points that team is able to hit when Jokic and Murray are out there together, that's
they're
something
able
that
to
you have
get
to
everywhere.
capitalize on. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
very
that's something you have to. Yeah.
it's like with
So,
MPJ out there. It's like, damn, I'm so worried about these two niggas that I he got third. We got somebody that can. Who one thing I have liked about MPJ though, outside his sporadic shot selection, uh,
mhm.
his ability to put pressure on the rim at times. Um, I would like to see more of that, but I do think him saying he mad that he not getting more touches when he only like shooting like the ball like two times less than Jamal Murray
Mhm.
is very, very funny, but that's not crazy. So
Yeah, I think so. The thing about MPJ and Aaron Gordon, and something that has to be asked to whoever takes over basketball operations and is making the most for this team. Are you willing to acquire a downgrade in talent for a player that's a better fit within the system? But you can't really do that until you got a coach because you got to know what the system is.
I really think you gotta take one of them players and you gotta take one of the three and trade them and see if you can trade a pack pitch or something to see if you can get like a better player that's a upgrade at that position and keep the same bench you have, or
Hmm.
if you can trade somebody and use them for depth on the bench, which is kind of my big thing for me. Um, but also you have to think about, am I gonna trade Aaron Gordon, my defensive anchor? Am I gonna trade MPJ, that third scoring option, or can I get a replacement for Jamal Murray in some type of role and with increased production? Which I feel
Hmm.
two of those are going to be feasible, but we're not going to see until the offseason. Or if you're Denver, I think if you don't end up making it out of the playoffs, like if you don't make it past the first round, I think it could very well be a trade me anywhere except here type of situation. I think I didn't think that before, but I'm kind of like with the state of things now, I wouldn't be surprised. Like you get an incredible return. So and it's very obvious like all these pieces like only work with Jokic. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a whole sell everything or sell as much as you can type of thing and just hit the hard reset button. because you kind of played around too much with the. You basically played around too much with the improvement thing. Like you just kind of sat on your hands, and when
I
you sat
do
on your
think,
hands, it's not good.
yeah, you're gonna have to valuable parts, valuable pieces are gonna have to be moved in order to improve the team. Because I think something that I'm still trying to make sense of all of this, but it seems like there's a we can't afford to be complacent. And it felt like there was just an air of complacency around there because I saying, okay, looking at this team, we can improve based on this. And nobody in here has looked to do that to this point. So maybe this is their reset. And whoever comes in is like, look, we got an MVP candidate here, arguably the best player in the NBA. He got a max contract coming up. Make it work.
Like figure it out. Like honestly, like as brash I'm gonna say it is, but we talking about Jokic, bro. Figure it out. Like it can't be that. It can't be that hard. Like it'd be different if it's like a couple pieces that like, man, this kind of I don't know how this gonna fit. But like, bro, y'all could literally sign somebody to if you can sign like you could sign like almost I ain't gonna say anybody, but it's not gonna it shouldn't be hard to improve that roster. You kind of know what your holes are. You need a point of attack defender. You need somebody to kind of run the offense. When Jokic isn't there, you need a big because I don't think in the wings that you have just on the like the younger guys, they just sitting there like they don't really you need to play them or you need to kind of trade them to upgrades from somebody. But that's all I got for this episode. I'm gonna be doing this stuff kind of a bit more often, so y'all guys be on the lookout for that. But y'all stay easy. We out.